Hi, I'm Christina, the creator and founder of ZIMAF Entertainment International. Thank you for joining this special episode where all of our guests from season 1 tell us their gift, whether they want to give health, wealth, or happiness. If you could give the gift of health, wealth, or happiness to one person, who would it be and why?
I'd give it to you.
She's just saying it because she's my mother. Forget my siblings. If you could give the gift of health, wealth, or happiness, one of them, to someone, which would it be and why?
Happiness, because I think it's so hard to find, and I think it takes some effort to find it, and it looks different for everybody.
If
So
you could give the gift of health, wealth, or happiness to someone, who would it be and why?
Ooh, everybody. Do I have to pick one person? I would love to give. So the who, I think that probably the most valuable gift that you can give somebody is their health. But I would want everyone to experience those gifts.
If you could give the gift of health, wealth, or happiness, which one would it be and why?
So I struggled with answering this one between happiness and health, because if you don't have health, sometimes like everything else is really hard. But knowing that we do have a decent factor in playing in our own health, I think I would give the gift of happiness, because that one seems really it's something that the whole world sometimes struggles to find, or even if you have it, maintaining it. So I would definitely choose happiness. So
If you could give the gift of health, wealth, or happiness to someone, what would it be and why?
Certainly to somebody, to anybody in our downtrodden communities, whether it be a minority or just woman or homeless, veteran, somebody who is disadvantaged in any way, that's just not getting, that they're sitting there feeling that they don't have the opportunity. They sit down and just kind of turn on the light switch and say, you do.
If you could give the gift of health, wealth, or happiness, which one would you give and why?
This is a great question. They're all key pillars to living a beautiful life. I would say happiness. I would give happiness if I had to choose between the three. And the reason is happiness is a lens or a state of being we get to experience life through.
So, Natalie, if you could give the gift of health, wealth, or happiness, which would you give and why?
I would definitely pick the gift of health in terms of the balance. I would definitely make sure that people understand how to create balance in their life. Because with balance, you could get everything else that you're looking for as well.
So, if you have to choose the gift of health, wealth, or happiness, which one would you choose and why?
Happiness. I don't want to be on this earth and not be happy. I don't think I could live and not be happy. Not being happy has a whole lot of healthy problems, issues if you're not happy. That's even when you don't smile.
Okay, Jan, you have the opportunity to give the gift of health, wealth, or happiness. Which one would you give and why?
Because my health word was balance, I think I would go for health, because I think if you've got balance, if you've got that balance, then you will find wealth and happiness.
Mary Jane, if you could give the gift of health, wealth, or happiness, which would it be and why?
you are
making things difficult for me, Christina. I have to say this. I'm scratching my head. Anyway, okay, for health, I would give it to my mother. She's 87. Still, I'd like her to live 100 years.
If you could give the gift of health, wealth, or happiness, which gift would you give and why?
Wow. Well, from wealth and health are very important things, but I would give happiness. Why happiness? Happiness can positively impact every aspect of life, from health to relationship to success. It's a
All right, Chris, you have the option of choosing health, wealth, or happiness as a gift. Which one would you choose and why?
Yeah, I think it has to be happiness. And this is maybe again a stage of my life that I'm at. It's just so clear that where the really wonderful days come from is being happy. And
If you could give the gift of health, wealth, or happiness, which would you give and why?
I would give happiness. And the reason why is because the other two, right? I think you can be healthy and miserable, which is terrible. I think you can be healthy. I think you can be wealthy and still miserable, which is terrible. I think you can be healthy and wealthy and still be miserable, right?
So, if you had the gift of health, wealth, or happiness to give, which one would you give and why?
It's a tough one because I was going to say health being a very important. With no health, there's nothing, you cannot really do much. But I'm going to take that and I'm going to change and say happiness. Happiness is probably what I would love to give to someone. I mentioned this earlier. We live in a very challenging world where parents are busy, they're working, their children have not a lot of support. We have wars. There's all kind of wars going on in all kind of places around the world. And I think sometimes by just being happy, allow us to live a much better life.
Thank you for watching this special episode. I hope you're inspired by your own path to health, wealth, or happiness. Be sure to like, subscribe, and follow our channel.